Hi everyone and welcome. Let's begin by arriving on the mats, by sitting up with a tall spine stretching up through the crown of the head. If your hips feel tight, stiff, or you've just been sitting a lot lately, this class is for you. Today's flow is all about gently opening the hips to support long-term mobility, reduce tension, and help you move more freely. Not just today, but as you age. There's no need to be flexible and no need to push anything. Just move in a way that feels good for your body. Today we will practice my favourite pranayama technique, box breathing. If you feel comfortable to do so, you may close your eyes and I will count the first round. So what we will do is inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and again hold for 4. Exhale completely now. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and you can continue with your own breath pace, increasing the count if you wish, as long as each side of that box is equal. After you have finished your last round, we will come into our physical postures part of the practice, that's the asana part of the practice, with some wide-legged 90-90s with the knees. So sitting back, maybe leaning on the hands, widening the stance of the feet, bending into the knees. We will inhale deep into the belly and exhale, melt the legs over to the right. Inhale to pull through center and exhale to melt to the left. Continuing with your own breath pace, making sure we are matching the movement to the breath and not the breath to the movement to prevent any rushing. We want to feel nice and slow with these. Working into the deep parts of the hip joints as we warm up. As we move, making sure we aren't hunching the shoulders up to the ears. We're nice and soft through the neck and the jaw. And then maybe widening the feet a bit further apart. We will focus just on that internal rotation. So again, matching the movement to the breath. We're inhaling to open. And exhale, dipping one knee down into the center. It may come all the way down to the ground, it may not. As long as there is no pinching and no pain, we will go as far as we can. Again, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears and continuing with our own breath pace. And then coming onto all fours in tabletop. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll step forward with the right foot, keeping the hands on the outer edges of the mat. Remaining in this low lunge. We'll make this dynamic by exhaling, sending the hips back towards the back of the mat and straightening the right leg. Inhaling, come back through to our low lunge. And exhaling, half splits, flexing the toes towards the face. Continuing with your own breath pace. On your next exhale, hold half splits, flexing the toes towards the face, maybe walking the hands back to help our balance, and breathe deep here, lengthening the exhales to relax into the posture. Inhale to walk back through to our runner's lunge. Exhale, stepping the foot back into tabletop. And inhale, left foot comes forward, straight to the other side. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, low lunge. Noticing how this side feels, comparing it to the other side. We are very odd human beings, so we tend to have tighter and looser sides. And ensuring we're not gripping into the jaw or the shoulders. And exhale, holding half splits again here. Maybe walking the hands back. Maybe take a sigh or a deep breath. Inhale, walking back through to our lunge. Exhale, stepping the left leg back, tabletop. And inhale, tucking the toes and lifting the hips up high and back for our first downward dog. As it's our first down dog, you can of course pedal the feet out, maybe sway the hips side to side, do anything that feels good. And coming to stillness, we'll inhale deep through the nose and exhale into our pigeon pose to the right. So sweeping the right knee behind the right hand. The left foot can come to wherever is comfortable and we'll melt the hips down, grounding the left knee, pointing the left toes. Walking the hands back for a couple of breaths. Inhaling, proud through the chest. And exhale, gently walking forward, folding down. If this is a bit intense on the hips here, you may want to add a slight sway side to side. If it's still a bit intense, you can walk back up onto the hands. Wherever we are though, we're relaxing the face and the shoulders, melting the hips down with each exhale. Inhale, we'll slowly walk back up. With that same inhale, stepping back into our downward dog, pressing the chest through to the thighs. Exhale, pigeon pose to the left. Left knee behind left hand. Stretching out through the right foot and exhale, maybe folding down, relaxing the forehead onto the hands, breathing into the whole torso and melting down with each exhale. Inhaling to walk back through, tucking the back toes and sweeping up to downward dog, relaxing the neck. Inhale deep through the nose and exhale, take as many steps as you need to come into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, fingertips to shins, flat back. Exhale, widening the feet to a bit wider than hip width distance. Heels in, toes out, squatting down into Malasana, our yogi squat. Using the elbows to open the knees, relaxing the shoulders, and sending the breath deep into the lower belly. There's the option to stay here, or if you wish to again add internal rotation into the hips, we will plant the hands behind us, keeping the glutes lifted off the mat. Inhale deep into the belly. And exhale, dropping the right knee down to the mat or close to the mat, wherever is comfortable. Inhaling to pull that knee back through to Malasana and exhale to the other side. Continuing with your own breath pace. Finally dropping the glutes down to the ground, sitting tall through the spine. Taking a sigh. And in your own time, we will come to lay down on the back for a few more postures. So planting the feet hip width distance apart, planting the hands firmly into the ground. We will inhale, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips up off the mat, and we will roll up on the spine, sending the hips up as far as we can. Exhale to slowly ground, hips come down very last. And continue with your own breath pace again, inhaling to rise and exhaling to ground. Ensuring the knees aren't splaying out to the sides, we're pressing into the big toes. On our next inhale, we will hold the hips up, really squeeze on the glutes, relax the face. If there's any pinching in the lower back, remembering to tuck our tail in between the legs. And exhale, slowly ground, sending the legs out long, coming to stillness. And I'll leave you here for a few moments to take in the effects of the practice, and we'll call you back when it's time to close. Before we close, if you enjoyed this practice, feel free to like or subscribe so you can come back to it anytime. And as we close every one of my classes, we will take a moment to think of one thing you are grateful for today. This can be anything big or small. With whichever grateful thought you have in mind, we will inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bringing the hands through to heart center. Gently bowing the head forward. Namaste.